Hello there, my name is Bronwyn Swartz and I'm a lecturer and I work in the Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering at CPUT on Belleville campus. I lecture statistics to BTech quality students as well as first year industrial engineering students and research methodology to BTech students as well. And so I'm going to tell you a little story about what I've recently experienced and what I've come to learn. Welcome to my world. This is the building that I lecture in. This is the mechanical engineering building, and these are pictures of some of the students that have been in the class. And these are some of the individuals that have really inspired me and motivated me to do what it is that I've done. You see, these pictures, all of these pictures were actually taken when these students weren't in formal class. These pictures were taken on Saturdays or after hours when they on their own decided to get together, and I happened to know about it and I happened to be around, and they did this to make a success of their studies. They did this to create better futures for themselves and for their families. And this is why I also want to improve my teaching practice so that I can support them. Now, we all know that under normal circumstances, lecturing is challenging. For me personally, the biggest constraint that I always face is time. There's never enough time. And this was especially true in 2013 when I had a class of BTech statistics students. I had 220 students in one class, and I knew that I couldn't work harder. I needed to find ways to work smarter. Just marking one homework was taking me 3 weeks. And that's when I decided to embrace technology for my teaching. I slowly started using the LMS, the Learner Management System, Blackboard. And what I initially started doing is I started posting, besides the notes that I made available on Blackboard, I started posting pictures of the board. Like we'd have a class and I'd post a picture of the board and I'd encourage us to discuss the board because we couldn't have all of these discussions in class time. There was just too little time. And I also then started giving them homework. Giving them homework and allowing them to submit it on Blackboard, which helped me cut down my marking time. And then in 2015, we were hit by Fees Must Fall. That was the first time we had Fees Must Fall. And this really shook us up. It was nothing compared to 2016's Fees Must Fall, but this made me realize I needed to start using technology even more. And I started then making screencasts. And the advantage of this is it made me realize there were creative ways I could stretch what I was doing. And because of what happened in 2015, and because I started experimenting even more, in March 2016, I actually had my first online exam. It was a midterm exam and it was a success. And these are pictures taken of that midterm exam. And not only was I learning, the students were also feeling more confident about using online technology. At the same time, more or less the same time, I was invited by a lovely lady, Daniela, to participate in the Open Education Resources project at CPUT. And where that was good for me is, being part of this team, we could share ideas and we could encourage each other. And I learned a lot. For me, it educated me. It was informative and I learned about Creative Commons. And I also got ideas of what the other team members were doing. And it just encouraged me to experiment and practice and try new things. And then the bombshell hit us in about October 2016, where we had the Fees Must Fall again. And this time, Fees Must Fall was characterized by really violent protests and massive destruction of property, and lives felt threatened, not only the students but the lecturers as well. At the same time, I knew what some of my final year students were facing. They needed to finish. It would have a huge impact on them personally, and they'd already made significant personal sacrifices to be able to finish. and we were about 70% done when Fees Must Fall started, but with their help we managed to finish. And what we then did, what I did with their help, was we used Blackboard, or we used the learner management system even more. We had previously used discussion boards and journal entries. We maybe used it 50% of the time. We increased that to 100%. We were using it all the time, virtually every day. I use screencasts. I now have screencasts on almost every topic in my curriculum. And then I also realized that data was becoming a problem for some of my students. And because of that, we moved to Google Drive, and eventually we even moved to YouTube, where the students could access the materials that I was making online even easier. So this was my story, and this is how open educational resources has changed my life and my teaching practice. Thank you.